shit. Here we go again.
Fought an asshole bully at school. Fought someone at school. I punched a kid because he threw a chocolate milk at me. Then he started saying how I was staring at him when I just wanted to look at the guy doing cool knife tricks with his butterfly knife, so I got my revenge like anyone else would, and I threw milk back at him, staining his new black champion hoodie. He dragged me when I walked away and tried punching me. I dodged and he hit me in the head on his second hit and I punched him as well. Then I screamed, "Fuck you, Alexis." The bus driver tried stopping me since I did this right on the bus stop to my house. Threw 2 opened milks at him. Another thing to note, it was school milks, so it was pretty disgusting. Another thing to note, this incident happened 20 minutes ago, and I'm proud for standing up for myself. Have you ever brushed against evil? I'll give you my example. This is a true story. If it was fake, I would have made it more exciting. I'm 27 now, but when I was 18 or 19 I had a terrifying experience. I was driving home from a friend's house in my crappy old Nissan that didn't lock on a road bordering England, maybe 10 degrees, after 10 PM, pitch black outside. There are no houses in this area because it's the reservoir and the road has 1 lane with no breakdown, so the tree line is up against the pavement. My friend Em is about 5 minutes behind me in her car reservoir. It's late November and new ahead of Mel see this weird metallic glint that keeps flashing in and out of sight. Is it metal on a pole? A barrier, vertical bar. Was worried it could be the eyes of a moving deer, and, not wanting to hit it, I slowed way down to a crawl. When I'm a few feet away from the general area, where I saw the light, a man stepped out of the woods. It's freezing, and he's in a black shirt and dark jeans. It's dark out, and he has no flashlight, and no car in sight. He's in his 20s or 30s, and has no expression on his face. He's holding an axe across his chest, and is staring me down. Cannot explain the terror that flooded my body. He was so close that he could have reached out and touched my car easily, or hit my tires with the axe. As I slowly went by him, I couldn't look away from his face, and he swiveled his entire upper body to maintain eye contact. When I had passed him, he stepped out into the road behind me and was momentarily bathed red in the glow of my tail lights before being swallowed by darkness again. I frantically started calling Em to warn her about the man with the axe. Of course I had no phone service. Finally get into a less remote area and she cheerfully answers the phone. What was I talking about? She didn't see anyone. Please remember, this was a wooded area. No cars, no houses for miles. I can't think of a reason that man would be in the freezing darkness with an axe and step out of the trees just to stare down a passing car. I scanned the local police logs for weeks after and never saw anything related. I don't tell this story a lot because nothing truly happened and most don't believe it anyway. But I now believe that everyone brushes up against evil at some point in their lifetime, and that was mine. I have a car that locks now, and I made the solemn vow that if anyone ever jumped out of the trees I would simply hit the gas, but I'll still get nervous driving through the woods at night. What was he doing? What if he had hit my car? Is he still out there? My son was missing for a week. Now that he's returned I'm scared for my life. It's been weeks since my son, Jay, went missing. Authorities found him wandering near the creek behind his school. I was still in denial that authorities found him. I tried to convince them that he is not Jay, but they assumed it to be a state of shock. Since he's home his behavior is getting ominous. Sometimes he goes in the lawn and stares blankly into the sky in the dead of the night, and then staring at my window from below. Whenever I try to have a conversation with him, he starts to grin ear to ear. Seeing this I was very unsettled, so I left him to his means. Although he stopped going out in the night and running, but his actions are getting more unnerving than before. Now when I'm asleep in my room, he quietly opens a door enough that he stares me through the slit. Whenever I acknowledge his presence and call him out, he runs away, leaving behind muffled sound of running through the house. Now I am convinced that he is not my son because I made sure that I buried him deep enough in that creek. A talented 10-year-old kid who kept getting in trouble for doodling in class gets a job decorating a restaurant with his drawings. Known as the Doodle Boy, Joe Whale's gift was uncovered when the parents sent Joe to an after-school art class, and his artistic abilities were quickly noticed. Though the boy was drawing not only at art classes, he also kept getting in trouble because of drawing at all the other lessons, like math and literature. The drawings were literally everywhere, in the copybook, in all the notebooks he had, and even on the desk. But Joe's trouble stopped when his teacher posted photographs of his sketchbooks on Instagram and made the kid famous. The photos quickly went viral, and one day Joe was stunned by a great proposal. In fact, Joe was invited to decorate the dining room of the No. 4 restaurant in Shrewsbury, England. It was an exciting experience for the boy because for the first time he had full freedom to express himself. The boy had been painting for 12 hours. He's flown to the United States and is just about to sign a book deal. This all sounds like a great beginning, like the formation of the world famous artist Joe Whale, and we all wish this gifted young boy good luck. I saved my friend's life, and I never told him the real reason of why I did that. Okay, so it happens when I was 7th grade. I was walking toward the subway with my friend. We were talking about things in life, and he needed to cross the road, whereas I needed to walk straight for the bus stop. He was almost crossing the road when I pulled it back, cause I wanted to talk a little more with him. Nothing particular, I wasn't in love with him, I just wanted to talk about an issue that was going on at home for his advice. As I pull him back on the sideway, a car ran right in front of me. It was going fast, and it could have seriously hurt my friend. We didn't see the car arrive. My friend didn't look before crossing because he was responding to a test, and I was too focused on what to say that I didn't pay attention to what he was doing. He looked at me with a white face, like he just saw his life passing by. I laughed nervously because I didn't understand what the hell was happening. He thanked me, saying that I was his hero and that he would have died without me. I just told him that it was nothing, just a reflex. I was too uncomfortable to say the real reason why, and I never got to talk to him about what was happening. I just let him go, telling him to be careful cause I won't be behind him every time. So yeah, remember that even if your life is full with issues, that your life seem like shit, know that it would be useful later and maybe save someone's life, and be careful on the road, car/people sometimes arrive from nowhere. The guy that was rejected by a girl for being overweight, refused her date proposal after 5 years. Have you ever tried to build a perfect body? I'm sure that almost all of you will agree to this. Do you remember how much effort it cost you? Our today's hero is a successful guy from the Gold Coast, Australia, that easily gets what he wants now. But that wasn't always like this. Anthony Bayer's story began in high school when he was addicted to fast food that led him to weight problems. So, he weighed almost 347 ibs. And here comes the graduation day. Dancing, elegant suits and dresses, graduation from school. What could be better, you will say? Anthony thought the same. He dared to invite the most beautiful girl in class, though he knew that she would never agree. So can you imagine his excitement when the girl did agree to his invitation? The boy was on cloud 9. He was so delighted that went to the nearest mall and bought the best suit for the graduation ceremony. He even rented a limo for this special day. And all of this was done to impress his beautiful companion. And here comes the graduation day. Anthony, all dressed up, came up to the girl's house. He knocked at the door and was waiting for her beautiful smile that he liked so much. The girl opened the door, but her smile wasn't the one that he expected. She laughed at his face and said, "Sorry, you are just so fat that you cannot even fit through the door," and slammed the door in front of his face. We cannot even imagine what our main character was feeling at that moment. Nobody would ever understand him, and guess what was in his head on that day? The graduation day was completely ruined, and the memories will be following him for a long period of time. A couple of years after, the guy put himself together and started exploring everything about a healthy lifestyle. The guy learned literally everything about proper nutrition, endlessly worked out at the gym, and the result did not take long. Anthony lost 60 pounds thanks to his patience, perseverance and hard work. No one teases the guy anymore, and moreover, he gets date offers every single day. Guess who he's got the message from recently? Yes, from the same girl who rejected him at the school ball. It was a complete triumph. The girl who mocked Anthony at school invited him on a date. What did our hero respond to her message, you'll ask? He acted like a real man. He decided to ignore the message. Although he forgave the girl, he still couldn't forget the situation, the guy admits. Anthony has since opened his own personal training business called Transform Your Future in order to help those who are in the same position that he was 5 years ago. I've gone through a lot, but my experiences have made me the man I'm today. My message is just never give up, even when everything seems hopeless. My goal now is to help others who have been through the same things I have. IFL can do it, anyone can do it. T feels so much happier about life, and I'm looking forward to the future, says Anthony Bayer. As we can see, life prepares various obstacles for us. But if we have the strength to endure them, we will definitely bask in glory after all.